Hey everybody, how's it going today? How is your Sunday morning? Um, Super Bowl Sunday, actually, of all things. Is this going live? I can't quite tell. Doesn't seem to be there. All right, here we go. Yes, we are going. Cool. Hope everybody is having a good day today. I don't know if people are watching sports today or not. I'm not. I'm not a sports guy. Probably won't be watching the game, but and hope you enjoy it. If you are, I am we're gonna go eat some brunch and have a big dinner and hang out. And I'm probably gonna end up watching some horror movies. But yeah, so I asked you guys here today because there's a couple things I want to talk about, and there's one big thing that I'm very excited about. But yeah, obviously. There's some big things happening with the channel, I guess they call them big things, but we've been doing some more interesting, different things. Last year, we had out the Timelines of Terror book, which did very well. I'm very happy about that. And now, I've made an announcement about this before, but I actually have it here now. The Last Amityville is available on Blu-ray. Which is available at srscinema.com. It is a really awesome Blu-ray, very official, very professional, very cool looking. It's $19.95 at SRS. I'm very excited about that. Part of the announcement is that the film will be streaming very soon, actually in April. So we're about 2 months away from Last Amityville being available on streaming. I don't have information on everywhere that is going to be streaming yet, but I guess we'll find that out pretty shortly, and obviously I'll be making announcements about that as well. But the thing that I wanted to talk to you guys today about is actually something new that I did, and it's something that I made a post about last week with a picture, but very happy to announce that I have a new book coming out. But here, let me tell you really quick with Timelines of Terror, because what happened with Timelines of Terror, I'm very happy with that book, with the contents of inside the book, with what's written. And with that book, I had it done through McFarlane Press, which is a very, very popular independent, here it is, very popular independent publisher. They do a lot of stuff, and their focus is mainly towards books of my nature, where it's kind of more about pop cultural things. And I think they did a pretty good job. But I will tell you that it wasn't the best experience. I had less control over things that I kind of had wanted to. I didn't get to choose anything about the paper stock. I did not choose this cover. I did not choose this title. I'm fine with the title, but I did not. If I had my choice, it would have been called Horror Timelines. I would not have chosen Timelines of Terror. They liked it because it had alliteration, and they say alliteration helps sell copies, blah, 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 blah. Fine, whatever. But ultimately, I wasn't totally happy with the experience. I will also tell you that they did not promote the book nearly as much as they kind of insinuated that they were. I will tell you that I feel that almost every single copy that I sold of that book was copies I personally sold through the channel and from you guys wanting to go and purchase the book and everything. And very little of it was on their end of things, which I kind of hope that they would do more of, like try to get it into more stores and try to get it more presented in places, do more media, blah, 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 blah. And they really didn't. So what I decided with is that I really felt that it was more sensible for me to go with self-publishing and to use a self-published company called Ingram Spark, who actually it's just you supply all of the material and then they just print it for you. I have way more control over that, and I wanted more control. I wanted the book to look the way that I wanted it to look. So I present to you now for the first time on video the 80s Project book. Look at this thing. This is what I wanted a book to look like. This is what I was hoping for from the book. I wanted a hardcover. I wanted full color pictures inside. I wanted a nice glossy paper. I wanted all of that. So that was the kind of goal. And I mean, this is going to look very nice. So this announcement today is to let you know that these are now available. But here's the deal. I would like to, there's several ways to do this, okay? The best way to get these books is directly through me. I have them coming. The way this company works is they print to order. So you can go to like the Ingram Spark page or whatever like that, or you can even go to Amazon or whatever like that, and they have it there. But then they order it from Ingram Spark, and Ingram Spark prints it, and then they ship it to you, right? I make less money that way. So the way I would like you guys to do it is to order directly from me. I'm going to pop the link right in the chat now, and it will be in the comments in the video, in the description afterwards, that will have the book available. It's available in 3 different ways. You can get the book, just the book. And here's the most exciting thing about is this book's $30. It's the same price as this book. Look at the difference. It's 300 pages. It's full color. It's hardcover. I'm excited about this. So it's $30 for the book. For $35, you can get an autographed copy with a custom die cut sticker that I have coming in as well too. You can also just buy the PDF of the book if you prefer to read digitally. You can just buy the PDF for $15. There's also a ebook version that I don't know how. I think you just have to go to Apple Books. I think Apple Books has the ebook version and like the EPUB file or whatever like that. You can get that well. But yeah, so I'm super excited about this, guys. Here's how this works. So this is volume 1. This is 1980. This is everything, all the horror films of 1980. So this is all the things we discussed on the 80s project. But this is not just like everything that I said in the episodes in print. This is more than that. Each movie has more information about it listed. So it gets a little bit more in depth. And then on the episodes, whenever I get to I give it this many tapes or whatever like that, I only give like a sentence. Here, I'm giving more detailed, in-depth discussion about it, going a little bit further into the cultural significance aspect of it, a little bit more there. Plus, I also have whether or not the film has a sequel and whether or not the film has a remake listed down below. Let me find one that does, so I can show you. Here's one right here that talks about the remake of it. So, and then also a quick glance down below of how many tapes it got for each, kind of like the ending of the episode. So it's got all of that going on there. And yeah, it is kind of cool. And yes, somebody had mentioned that it's about the same thickness as a big box VHS. And yes, that was kind of the hope. And I really feel like these will look great on a bookshelf. Now, here's the catch. The versions through me, if you're ordering it through me, it has to be in the continental United States. It is available internationally, however. But to get it internationally, you have to go through one of the booksellers. If you're in Europe, I think it's Blackwell's is, I believe, the booksellers. There's also Amazon over there. If you're in Canada, Amazon.ca or whatever, they have it there. You'd have to order it there as well. They will get it. It's just it may take a little bit longer because, again, the printing process of these books takes a little bit. I ordered a bunch that are coming to my house. So if you order them as soon as they come to the house, I will ship them out. If you order them directly through Amazon then has to place the order with the company. The company then has to print the order. It takes a couple of weeks. I'm hoping to have a whole bunch right here, so when you order it, they can come directly out there, directly to you. So yeah, there's some issues there, but for the most part, it's very similar to before. But I'm really excited about this book, and I'm actually working on the second volume right now. I plan to have that out in probably in the summer. I plan to have 1981 available as a book. I'll probably have 81 the book available just as I'm wrapping up 1982 on the actual project, and then I could start the book for 1982. I'm kind of hoping to have one of these every 6 months, maybe a little bit quicker. Obviously, I'm going to hit a point where the episodes, I'm not done with the project on the video yet, and the book will be ready. But then I'll actually be able to do other things like have a 30s project book, so it'll have every single horror movie from the 1930s there or whatever. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. It came out. I can't tell you when I got the first copy of Timelines of Terror. It was pretty cool. But I can't say that I wasn't disappointed with like the thickness of it, the paper quality, the print quality. I can't say that that didn't disappoint me ever so slightly. But this looked amazing. I almost cried when I opened up this box, when I saw this, and I was just like, this is a hardcover book that looks amazing. And then once these go up on a shelf, it's going to look even cooler. And I think I'm just going to make each one slightly different size just to kind of mess with the OCD guys out there that want it all on the same shelf. No, they're all going to hopefully be the same exact shelf, but the size on the shelf. But I'm really excited about it. It's, like I said, it's pretty cool. I went with a slightly bigger print option so you can read it a little bit better. And yeah, it looks really cool. Very neat stuff. I'm really happy about it. It even has some little extras in the ending, like a whole like rundown of all of the ratings and everything to kind of compare them between each other. Very good stuff. I'm super, super excited about it. And hopefully you will order it. And I'll put up the link once again up in the chat. And as I said earlier, it will be in the description down below as well too. So let me see if there's any questions you guys have in there. So I'm kind of flipping it out there. I know I answered a couple of them. Oh, Eric W wants to know if we can get it signed by Christy. Sure, I can have her sign it. I mean, she's usually around. She can sign it. She signed. I think she's signed a couple of Timelines of Terror. People requested that we both sign it, and she is. Get this guy up here. There you go. But yeah, so I'm pretty excited about it. Let me see if there's any other questions that are up in there as well too. But let's see. The 1780s project will, that'll be. You want to hear something funny? I was actually, for April Fool's Day, I was going to do something like the 1890s project or something like that, and just do one episode and cover all of the horror films of the 1890s. But there really aren't any; they're all just shorts. So I kind of couldn't do that. But yeah, John Estrada said volume 1 of 10 to come, and yeah, that is the intention. The intention is to have this basically be like a little encyclopedia of every horror film of the 80s. And yes, people have asked on the channel as well too, in terms of other decades. The 30s project will be done. I'll be done with that by the summer. I think by the ending of the summer, the 30s project will be done. The entire decade will be done, and I do intend to move on to the 40s project right afterwards. I do believe that I think that I want to do the 20s project as well, because I actually scoped it out and I found I could do that in like 3 or 4 episodes. There's not a lot of horror films that still exist from that era, so I think I could do it there. Let me just see really quick here. I think that if you search, because I know somebody had mentioned that it's not in the UK yet. I do know that it is. Let me see here. Is it? I know that there's something out there that I looked. Let's see, Josh Spiegel. There's another site. Here it is. It is available on. There you go. I'm gonna put the link up. It is available on Blackwell's, which is like Barnes. I guess it's like British Barnes and Noble, from what I gather. Let's see, Amazon.co.uk. Let's see. Oh, it is on. Amazon. Yeah, it says Amazon in the UK. It just says out of stock or whatever like that. But there's the Amazon link for the UK as well too. But it is available there now, and it is available to order. And again, I think it's very cool. Yes. Okay. Here's a good question. Dynamite Sumbitch wants to know if there is a SciFi Project version, and there will be. I think what I'm going to do is that because there's not enough sci-fi to fill up. If I do, it'll be a thinner book. I believe my plan is to do combine 80 and 81 into the SciFi Project of 80 and 81 together. So that will exist as well too. So that is happening. Thank you for reminding me about that. Any news about the Last Amityville DVD, not the Blu-ray? I don't have any. Actually, don't have any news about that. That's the only thing I don't have any information for at the moment. I do know the streaming comes in April, and I do know that if there will be a standard DVD and not a Blu-ray, it will be available in April. But I don't quite know if there will be a standard DVD yet. We don't have that information at the moment. When putting book together, did you find any titles you wanted to cover that you missed on the initial run? I actually did not. I did switch the order around because when I did the episode, there was some times where I kind of like slipped some things in and out of order. So I did actually reconfigure the order to go back to the proper yearly order. And then I reconfigured it because when I make the episodes, what I do is because I like to have them have a nice pacing to it. And there's usually a bunch of episodes during the course of a year, movies during the course of a year that don't have a fixed release date. So what I kind of put them into a block that needs some extra punch in there. Like if let's say for instance, I want the episode to end on Friday the 13th. I want that to be the last movie I talk about. It's Friday the 13th. But if I go in order, it'll be like the 7th movie or whatever like that. So I'll move some of the non-release date movies into that block to kind of pace it better. In the book I took all of those and I put them at the ending, so I kind of reconfigured things a little bit but for the most part it's I don't think I included any movies that were not on the episodes. So let's see, when will the 80s horror project resume? Well, I mean, it's still going on. It's technically monthly series, but it's been coming out I think every 3 weeks is when I'm trying to get it. Basically every month you're going to get 2 episodes of the project. In some months you'll get 3. You're going to get 1 episode of the horror project every month, and you're going to get either a sci-fi project or a 30s project in that month as well. And in some months you'll get both, so you'll get all 3 of them. The next episode of the 80s project with horror is coming this Friday. So actually there is another episode coming very soon. That is episode 6, I think. And here, I'll look at my schedule here. I'll actually tell you. But yes, that's episode 5. Episode 5 comes out on Friday the 16th. And the next episode of the horror project will come out in March. That's episode 6. But yeah, there's that. You've got a sci-fi project coming up as well too. In March, there's all 3. You're getting a sci-fi project, a horror project, and a 30s project all in the same month. So there's definitely a lot coming. I really enjoy putting those episodes together. So, but yeah, there you go. So Dean Richardson wanted to know if he can anyway get an assigned copy. I wonder at happily pay postage. I'm going to try to work on that. I think I can do that. It's just the shipping fees. I do have to just charge. I have to charge a pretty. It costs a lot to ship from like direct. But if you're from England and you really want a signed copy, send me an email at the movie timelines guy at gmail.com. Just the email address that always shows up on the episodes, and I will I'll get it figured out. We'll find out how much the shipping costs, and we'll get it all set up. But Domingos Jr. wants to know if I'm going to cover the DCEU now that it is dead. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. If I do, it'll probably be timed up to like when they do the new DC thing, whatever they're going to do. I don't have a ton of interest in it. I'll be honest with you. I didn't really care about most of the DCEU movies. There was some that were fine. Oh well. I mean, they were all right. But yeah, let's see what other questions we got over here and any other comments out there. I really am glad that you guys have enjoyed the Ace Project, and I know that you guys have seen the people that have seen the last Amityville Project have let me know that and said that they've really enjoyed it, and I want to thank you guys there. Just what's DCEU? That is the DC Comics extended universe. That's like Batman and Superman and that kind of stuff there. So, I can't remember if Robert wants to know if I cover TV movies in the projects, and that's an interesting question because I do, but I also don't. I try to include the TV movies that I feel like had an impact, like if they were something that were rather noted in the horror world. If it's some random TV movie, I won't. But something like The Intruder Within, which was a TV movie, but was a very noted alien knockoff kind of a movie. I put that one in there. Things like that. And I put in like the Babysitter movie that had like William Shatner in it. That was kind of fun. So every once in a while I will cover TV movies, but yeah, not TV pilots, but, Eric W. wants to know if I would hoping the Bad Seed ends up on the 85 list. Oh, it will. That's a fun movie. So that is a fun flick. What sources do you use to figure out what came out in a given year? That is a good, solid question, and that took a long time. I mainly use Letterboxd. I use Letterboxd cross-referenced with IMDb, and it's a pain in the ass because sometimes the dates don't match up. Sometimes they're kind of crisscrossed, so I have to kind of do a lot of filtering. Setting up, like actually figuring out what movies to include in a year is what takes the longest. I'm actually done with that, though. I've actually sketched out at least all of the movies. I haven't done the dating and everything like that, but I've done all the movies for the entire decade. So I know all of the movies that are going to get included in there, but I just don't have it all plotted out yet in terms of that. I'm actually, right now, I'm in the process of doing that, the research and stuff like that, which movies can be included for the 40s project. So that's actually on my goal right now. Denolian wants to know, how do you find the time for all this content? Insomnia helps. Yeah, I don't sleep a lot. I sleep more than I used to, but I don't sleep a lot. Uncle Pete has a good question here. Will you be able to fit bigger years into one volume? Like 85 has as many horror films, more than 80. From what I can gather, there are some of the later years that may need to be tweaked a little bit in terms of like length, because some of the years are lengthier than others. Interestingly, the 80s movies, the 80s didn't have a ton of horror movies as you would think. Like 1986, for example, is 1986, for example, will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 12 episodes in 1986, which I think is one of the more dense years of horror. 85 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's only 11 episodes in 1985. So some of those years aren't as big as you think that they are. I believe that it starts to get big once it gets to the like much more like made for video glut. I think 1989 is pretty thick. I think 88 and 9 are pretty thick. So we'll see about that in terms of that, where it goes there. Smooth Adventure wants to know where do I find hard to find movies? Yeah, that's a challenge. That is a strong challenge. Some of them are pretty hard to find. I thankfully have yet to not include a movie because of not being able to find it. There was a TV movie for the SciFi Project that I was completely unable to find, and I ended up leaving off the list because I said it's just a TV movie anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I have to. There's about 10 different places that I go to find movies. But it gets kind of hard because I have to scramble, and sometimes the versions aren't complete. Sometimes they're not subtitled, so it's a pain in the ass. But yeah, it's a hunt. It is a hunt. Thank you, Robert, for liking the hair. I need a haircut really bad. This is not the best hair moment there. AJ wants to know, will you cover straight-to-video releases when those came into the market? Yeah, those are usually, like a straight-to-video movie is usually tagged on IMDb as a release date. So whatever date that it was like released on video is when that release date will be. So if it's set that way, then that's where it gets tagged at. So. Do I list the movies in the episode's YouTube description? I haven't done that yet. I probably should do that for ease, but usually when I'm updating, I usually uploading, I usually do it rather quickly. But I should probably, and that's maybe something I should do. I know some people have been really nice and done the chapter things where you can actually just go to the chapter and it shows you all the movies that are there. But yes, will you be combining the Sci-Fi Project into a Mechas episode like the horror years? Probably, yeah. I haven't done it. I didn't do it for 1980 or 81. I should probably combine because, again, there was only like 3 or 4 episodes in each. But maybe when 82 is done, I'll put all 3 together into one big, long supercut. Because people do seem to like the supercuts because you just put them on and you let it go and you relax. So... Jason O'Neill says, "Don't Go to Sleep" was a TV movie. Do I have? That's a good question. Let me actually see if I have that on my lists. Don't Go to Sleep. Let me see here. That was, you said 1982 December. Let me look at my master list here. I have it on there. I do indeed. I have it tagged as December 10th. So that'll be in the final episode of the 82 Horror Project. So Jason, you're gonna see it on there. Don't worry, that will be on there. But yes, Alex wants to know, will I continue into the 90s after the 80s? Most likely. We'll see. We'll see. Here's an interesting question. John Estrada wants to know, how big is my VHS DVD collection? I'm all digital. I'm one of those guys. I don't actually have DVDs and I don't have VHS. I used to move a lot. I used to move a whole lot, and I hate having big boxes full of like stuff to lug around. And I really like shrunk down everything in my life. I just want to be able to move everything very, very easily. So I got rid of CDs first. So all of my music was just digital. I got rid of DVDs and VHS afterwards. I mean, I would love to have the space and everything for them, but it's just too tough. So, and digital, it just is very easy for me to kind of like search, upload, and find stuff. So that's the way that I want to go. So on that note, I'm going to wrap things up. I am going to post the link once again. Oh, that's the Amazon link. Sorry. I'm going to post the link once again to the 80s Project book. And before I close out, I will really quickly, in case anybody joined a little bit later, let everybody know that I do have available right now for order the 80s Project book of 1980 in full color, hardback, available 3 different ways on the site that I listed in the chat and will be in the description down below. You can get it just the book itself for $30. You can get it signed, including a die-cut sticker, for $35, or you can buy just the PDF digital version for $15. All of those are available at the link right here below. It's just movietimelines.mybigcommerce.com. You can go order there. If anyone has any issues with ordering or wants to use like a payment method like Venmo or something like that is not available on that site, also contact me at the movietimelines@gmail.com, movietimelines@gmail.com, and reach out there as well too. But thank you guys for joining me here with me this morning. It was really nice that you guys all came on here. I hope you enjoy the rest of this weekend, and I will see you very shortly. And I hope you enjoy the book once it gets shipped out. I know I am really happy with how it turned out, so I think you'll dig it. But yeah, thanks a lot. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.